Michael told me, do not see it.
Hey, so if you had purchased the collected editions of Avatar on disc, or it came with these great commentaries that I really enjoyed, and I think all three of you participated in them in one form or another. So, and I know at one point I think either Brian or Michael says, I wonder if anyone even listens to these commentaries. So I want you to know that at least I am listening to them, and they're really great. So
that's so good to hear.
So do you have any good stories for making those commentaries? Like maybe something that didn't make it into a tape or something like that?
Gosh, I honestly think when we were recording, I think they just used everything. They just like press record and just let us go for it. The main thing that I remember that I think I even commented on in the episodes that I did commentary for is that I kept forgetting to say anything because I just think that Mike and Brian are so fascinating, and I always learn something new about the original series or about Korra, just about where their minds are and who they are as people and how they come up with their ideas, that I just forget to talk. I'm just like, because I'm such a fangirl for them. I just think they're so amazing. But thank you for bringing that up, because I really do, because of that, I really recommend, if you guys have the DVD, that you check out that commentary, because nothing with them, there's no time wasted with Mike and Brian. Like, I've never heard either one of them utter something that I wasn't like, I'm really glad you said that. Like, I'm just so enamored of them. I think they're so great. So it's so worth it. You'll learn so much more about their process and the whole kind of Avatar universe that you didn't know before, I think.
Well, their level of research and mythology and understanding of the universe that they're actually creating is so all-encompassing. It is like a history lesson every time you sit with those guys. They're amazing. And they've thought out every single element of that show. I met the Sifus, the guys that created the choreography for the Kung Fu stuff. And these guys actually, they hired different guys who worked in different styles just to make sure that everything was accurate. If they're fighting in water bending or fire bending or whatever, they actually used different styles of fighting technique for that, and they actually choreographed every single scene. It's amazing. That kind of stuff I didn't know.
Yeah.
I just didn't know.
Great question, or great comment. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Hannah, and I actually bought your coffee, Dante. It says Hannah.
I see Hannah. I was like, London, I thought you bought me a coffee, but something Hannah did.
She's gonna pay me back. But my question is, because I'm an actress, how did you guys get into performing?
I started when I was a kid, but I wasn't doing anything like professional. I just loved doing it in school and stuff, and that's when I majored in. And yeah, I took kind of a long way there was a span of time in which I didn't think I was going to do this for a living, but then I kind of came back around. But yeah, I say just if it's something you're passionate about, just do it. Just do it, and do it to feel good. Don't do it because you're hoping for a certain result, because I think the results will come if your passion's there. I know that's super cliche to say, but everyone I know who's been a success feels that way.
Right. I mean, I started my entertainment life, the ground level of entertainment, which is street performing. So me and my brothers were break dancers in the streets of San Francisco. Yeah, Berkeley. So we just started by putting a hat out and turning some music on, and every weekend, that's what we did, and that turned into what we do today.
Wow.
So cool.
Wow. See, I learned something.
Damn it.
I had no intention of going into, where did she go? She just went, I had no intention of going into entertainment at all. I was actually thinking about pre-med or
I can see you being a doctor.
Dr. Bloom, paging Dr. Bloom.
My dad's a doctor. He wanted me to take over his practice.
It's crazy.
I was thinking about oceanography. I thought about all these different jobs, and I started playing in a band during the 80s. I was playing in an R&B band.
What?
Opening for heavy metal acts during the 80s. It was
amazing.
It was crazy, and I was a really terrible
singer.
No, I was a
guitar
player, backup vocalist, and
awesome.
Yeah, we did
rhythm. What were you doing?
Mostly rhythm, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I was the only white guy they could find with rhythm. It was a 15-piece stage band.
What?
It was a 15-piece stage band. We had full choreography, spandex. It was ridiculous.
What? R&B, like freaking
R&B, like Earth,
Wind & Fire.
Stuff. Yeah, it was crazy stuff. It was crazy stuff.
I want to see this.
Oh, so do I. It's on VHS somewhere. I don't know. My partner. That's a long story. That's many years.
What was the band called?
Well, we had like 10 different names because my partner was crazy. He was this Berkeley-trained musician. He wrote like 2,000 songs, and he would put together a stage show with literally a 15-piece stage band, horn sections, background singers. and we put together these shows. We play at the Troubadour, the Roxy, and all these places in LA. We do one show, and then he basically fired the whole band, changed the name, changed all the choreography, changed all the music. And I wasn't a trained musician, so every single time I was on stage, I was completely terrified out of my mind.
What was your favorite band's name?
International Love Affair. ILA. We were ILA, baby. ILA. Yeah, we were The Race, we were Magnetic, we did all these different really crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah. But anyway, my day job, while I was playing in the band, I was working in a mailroom for a low-budget film company called Empire Pictures, which became Full Moon Entertainment. They did Reanimator and Puppet Master movies and stuff like that. And the head of the mailroom, everybody there was an actor except for me.
I remember Full Moon Productions.
Yeah, and the head of the mailroom, this guy Vic Garcia, he's an actor, and he was casting this Japanimation thing. And he needed a creature, and I had the deepest voice in the mailroom. So he just dragged me out and fed me breakfast and lunch, and I booked a gig, and I did 26 episodes on a show called The Guyver, and I never stopped doing it. And I kept working at that company for like 15 years, and I was head of marketing. I was an executive at the film company while I was doing that on the side just for fun, and then all of a sudden I booked something that I thought I was going to be able to support myself with, and made the jump. We have 5 minutes, I'm going to shut up now. Okay. Anyways, I just never stopped.
Get a job in a mailroom, that was the answer.
Yeah.